Hi lovelies, Angela Miller here. I just wanted to take a minute and invite you guys into my closet. This is something that I do for my customers so much, is going into their closets and helping them utilize their space, go through clothes that they're really not using, which is hoarding in my mind. But I felt like, you know what, let's take you into mine. I wish I could tell you I had this beautiful closet system, right? When we moved into our house, we had that quoted and it was about $12,000. So seeing as that's the cost of like a Ford Focus, we decided on no on that. So that's why I wanted to bring you into mine, because I feel like it's practical. I'm utilizing my space, so I hope. And I just found ways to get organized, inexpensive tricks to get organized and see what you have and use what you own. So that's a big belief system for me. So real quick, I'm just going to kind of show you what I do when I go into people's closets. And I always, first we typically take everything out because I'm one of those that I want to see things on you. I want to see it, how it's fitting your body. Are you really and truly using it? And so once we get everything out and we start putting the clothes back in, this is what I do to get organized. So for me, I started hanging up my scarves so that I see them and I use them. I do have to fold a few of the bigger kind of furrier ones down here because they're so thick it was taking up room. But my belief is if you're not seeing them, you're not wearing them, right? So I started with my scarves, and then I always start with my camis. The reason why I do this, especially in the professional world, for you women who wear so many camis under their clothes, you need to make sure that you don't have 18 white camis, right? And that's the problem. That's what happens. You lose things in your closet, and then you just continue to keep buying more and more and more of the same thing. So I feel like the way I organize things, it's so that you can see exactly what you own. So we go to camis, and then I go to short sleeve or sleeveless. Then I go to short sleeve, and then I go to 3/4 and then long. And then down here I start with my skirts. I did not always hang up my shorts, but I found that I would use them more, or I would use all of them. What was happening in my house is that I was putting them in a dresser, and I was always wearing the stuff that got cleaned on the top first. So now I hang everything up, and then I try to organize my pants in a way by color. So I have leggings first, and then I went to white denim, and then I went to dark denim, and then some prints. And at the very end, I kind of hang all my like athletic kind of joggery type of pants. And then on that right side, which can you see? You can't see. So in a minute, we're going to show you the right side. But up here, just real quick, guys, to show you how it's organized, what I did is I went out to Container Store and I got these clear slide-ins for the shelf. And that just helps me separate my bags, which you'll see along the top. And then this basket is just stuffed with my overnight bags, right? So when I'm going out of town, I just kind of reach up, see how long I'm going to go, and it kind of dependent on the size that we need. So I'm going to cut here, and then we're going to come back, but that gives you kind of an introduction to my closet. Okay guys, I'm back. So take two. So I wanted to show you the other side of my closet, but now you almost kind of get a little visual of my side. Some of my friends tease me because they'll come in, you know, doing what I do. They always feel like this, I'm going to have this ginormous closet of thousands of clothes. But guys, this is it. I'm just a big believer in I use what I own. And I'm also another person that every 6 months, I'm constantly going in and doing a cleaning. Am I really wearing that? Am I going to wear that? Sometimes, you know, for those of you who have some couture pieces or things like that, you know, those are pieces that I say, hey, hang on to those. Everything always comes back in style, right? But for the most part, our everyday clothes, even if it were to come back in style, which is what I always tell my customers, it's not going to be the right cut, right? So I'm just one of those, it's like you don't have to have a 20-year-old item in your closet and feel like you can't get rid of it. It's okay. It's okay to, hey, you got 20 years out of that, right? That was a good price per wear. So so again, I mean, I say that, you know, jokingly a little bit, in that I am just a person who goes in and I'm constantly kind of making sure that I don't have so much of the same thing, and I'm, you know, getting rid of what I'm not using. So with that said, let's just kind of continue on with the next section of my closet. So back here, I go on with long sleeves, and then I go to knits. And so I do a long sleeve knit, a short sleeve knit, and then I go to a sleeveless knit. So here's kind of what was happening in my closet. I wasn't using this space, and no matter what I did, I just wasn't using it. So I started kind of using it as my clothes, like that I was going to wear for that week, or if I was going to do a little photo shoot for clothes that I was going to show you guys, I would kind of put them there. But I felt like, God, it's not really utilizing the space very well. So I went out to Container Store and I got this little clear system. And so I love it because I just feel like everything is at my fingertips now. So I organized some excess, you know, kind of those oversized chunky bracelets. I have scarves. I have jewelry bags that when I travel, I put my jewelry in. These are belts. These are gloves, watches, sunglasses, which my daughter tells me that I have a huge problem with sunglasses. It's called a weakness. And then I have my fun little cold hats. And then these are bags. These are travel bags. So if I want to, you know, pack some nice shoes in my suitcase and I don't want them to get ruined, or if I'm just needing to throw stuff in there for, you know, doing a shoot to show you clothes, it's just a way to get organized. And then over here, I've got little small jewelry bags that I keep in a little basket. Like when I'm traveling, I can just take little jewelry bags with me. So seriously, guys, it's just these little, I kind of save them for when I purchase things, and it's just to put a few things in when I need them. So I have little baskets under here. Another little basket are my baseball hats. I just put them in a cute little, you know, I'm sure I bought that from Target. That basket was probably $1. And then over here, I haven't figured out, I tried this hat system on the wall and they fell every day and it drove me crazy. So right now I just have my oversized hats, you know, inside of each other so they don't lose their shape, and they're organized there. And then again, over to the side, I had some of those fluffy scarves. So that's kind of the gist. You can see that I did, again, do those clear slide-ins to keep my purses organized. And then down here, what I did is I started with sweaters. So I do sweaters and I kind of try to group them like dressier or prints. And then I go into my jackets, like leathers and suedes, and then I was doing my bombers, and then I did blazers, or I had some tweeds here, and then they go in, you know, again, continuing with the blazers, and then I just kind of went into some everyday outerwear. On the other side of my closet, I have some of my heavier coats that I use, but here is kind of like those everyday, when it's cold, you just kind of throw yourself in. So that is really and truly, guys, my little L-shaped closet, and it just gives you an idea of what I do. Even going into your homes, this is basically what I would do to how to get you organized. You can see that now, you know, when you go in and you're in a hurry, you're getting dressed, you're going to work, whatever you're doing, you see what you own, and then you see what you don't, right? It's just an easy way to say, gosh, I'm missing a black top or a black shell or something, and you're going to use what's in your closet. So in a little bit, I'm just going to show you how I organize my shoes, and that's really going to be the gist of mine. But again, thanks for, you know, following along and seeing what I do to get you organized. Bye. Hey again. Okay, so last part of my closet, I kind of want to show you when we did build the house. This is just the one thing I asked for. I just wanted some shoe shelves. So they did build this for me. And I try to color code just like everybody else. It gets a little messy, but for the most part, I try to see what I have. Here's the deal, where I just told you not to have so much of the same thing in your clothes. I'm not a great person to ask about that in shoes, but I'm one of those, it's like, well, you need a nude block heel, then you need a nude strappy sandal, then you need a nude flat, and then you need, you know, so I can sit here and justify anything when it comes to a shoe. Sorry. So anyway, what I did is I just, I organized my shoes within the shelves, and then all of my clutches. So here's the deal. I didn't have the room up at the top, so I'm just taking 2 of my shelves. Again, I did those organizer systems, so I'm going to try to take this out gently so you can see from Container Store. Look, guys, it just slips on the shelf. It keeps everything super organized and straight up and down, which is so fantastic. So that's where I put my clutches. And then at the bottom, just because, guys, I mean, we have so many sneakers and flip-flops, and I wish that I could lay them all out like this, but on the bottom where I have my flats and tennis shoes, I do double up to give me a little bit more room. So anyway, so that's, and then I do boots up at the top, rain boots, tall boots, things like that. So that's really how I organize my shoes. Thanks.